other and say, yep, today is about me. Today is about me.
Do you know that with all of the major layoffs that are happening inside of our country, that volunteerism is at an all-time high? How many of us volunteer for anything? Anything, anything. And doesn't that do your spirit good? It nurtures us. So here it is, volunteering is good for more than just your soul. Research conducted by the Corporation for National and Community Service found that it's also good for your health and career. Charitable work literally makes the heart grow stronger. Research shows that those who volunteer have fewer incidents of heart disease too, and we have the American Cancer Society here today. It wasn't until I was 15, came into high school, that a career counselor took me aside. And she said, Sheryl, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, I don't know. How many of you have kids and you're asking them the question? Yeah? Okay, so they're 23, 24. Yeah. Keep asking them. Here's what happened with that counselor, though. She listened to my heart. And she said, Sheryl, you're pretty good at math. Do you want to be a math teacher? No. Well, you're really good at sports. Do you want to be a PE teacher? No. Well, what do you really like to do? And I said, I love to draw. Oh, so you'd like to be an artist? Yes. Are you any good? No. I wasn't. Here's what she did, though. She enrolled me in graphic arts, silk screening. Ended up starting my first business when I was 16. Sometimes all we need to do is to listen to that good advice, trust our intuition, that soul aligns with the spirit and puts us into the career or service where we need to be. And I believe that how we serve is an extension of our love. Think about the choices you've made, your career, whether you're self-employed, in transition, retired, volunteer, a stay-at-home mom, which I think is a redundancy of term. So she listened to my heart. I got involved in graphics, started the business at age 16, went on to create 8 businesses since. All I needed was a course correction. How many of us need that sometimes? Yeah? Sometimes we need to Control, Alt, Delete. Sometimes we need to reboot. There are times we need to completely unplug and walk away. And then get our life back on purpose. Whatever we have or don't have in our checking account does not determine who we are. Our self-worth, our self-esteem came from elsewhere. It came from the soul. It comes from our spirit. So what we do with it is going to be up to us. I've shared a little bit about my story. Perhaps you relate to it. And whether you do or not, you've got your own story. And here's what's important about those stories, because they've already happened, they're in the past, is that we need to really let go of those things and move forward into what our best life has to offer. Living what matters to you is setting those priorities. I do know that my life as a speaker is to be a messenger of hope. I get that. And I get that I'm living my purpose and my passion and being here to share this with you today. And to set the course and set the tone and set the pace for the rest of the day. To open your mind, open your hearts, so that you receive every message from every speaker here. Have conversations with us. We're here to serve you because that's an extension of our love to you. So turn to each other and say, yep, I'm ready to receive. You deserve this day. And whatever else is so pressing for you, and you keep checking your BlackBerry for updates, if you are letting your droid determine your day, if you are influenced by your iPhone and checking all of your messages before you even get out of bed, who's running your life? I know, I have to catch myself too. I know that the habits that we create are those which also ensue. So today could even be about breaking, changing, replacing habits that we want. And again, open mind, open heart, and just receive the messages of the day. You can sort it all out later. And I know that you've come here with some people that you know. Find people that you don't know. Over the years that I've been here, I love the relationships that are created. I was interviewed this morning for the local news, and they asked me, it's like, why do you keep coming back? And I said, I love the women here. We create relationships. Isn't that great? Go ahead and applaud yourselves. I applaud you. Absolutely. And this day is about fun, too. Are you ready to have some fun? Yeah. How positive is your attitude? Because it can make or break your life. As we move forward, let's take a look at the power of thought. Go ahead, cue the whole slide. How many PMA, not to be confused with PMS. PMA is the power of it's positive mental attitude. Positive mental attitude can be very effective in helping with life's challenges. 92% of Americans said that. How many of you would agree? Absolutely, PMA. 96% of Americans also said that what we think has an effect on our physical well-being. Yes. Let me ask you then, how many of us have either had to deal with our own illness, disease, maybe an accident, broke a leg or whatever, and your attitude going into it, or tell you what, going to the dentist. Our attitude going into the dentist will determine our outcome. I'm a firm believer in laugh before you go in, bring some music, bring a headset. I took Hooked on Classics. Do you know that? You know, the Hooked on Classics? And I put on the headset and I cranked it up right before he started drilling. And the music was da 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 da, you know, that kind of stuff. I was out of there in record time and we all felt good because he was humming along to the beat. I went down to the local donut shop. And I'm a small business person. I celebrate small business. We all need to support our small businesses because it's what's happening. It's helping, thank you. It's helping the economy get going. Where's our small business owners? Where's our business owners? Thank you. We celebrate you. It's not easy, I know. Keep doing it. You're in alignment with your soul and your spirit. So I went down to this donut shop, and right next door had moved in one of the big green logo coffee places. And I was very concerned for this particular Korean man and his wife who run the donut shop. And I thought, boy, you know, so I walk in and I said, good morning. And he says, good morning, how are you? And I said, it's my birthday. How many of you tell people when it's your birthday? If you don't tell them, how are they going to know? If they don't know, how are they going to give you presents? If they don't know, how are they going to throw you a surprise party? Anybody else's birthday in here today? Okay, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. We're at your party. Thanks for letting us come to your party. So as I'm telling this man, it's my birthday, he said, you need to play the lottery. I had never played the lottery in my life. I had no idea where to go, how you do it, none of that. I just don't. So I said, well, what do I do? He says, you go down to liquor store. I go down to liquor store. So then I asked the lady, you know, I said, hi, I'd like to buy a lottery ticket. How many would you like? 1. Then I hear the voice, 3. Anybody else have that voice? Good, I thought I would need to be checked in. So I go ahead and I buy 3 lottery tickets. And then I looked at her and I said, what do I do when I win? What you mean, what you do when you win? Notice what I said. When I win, not, there you go. Change your dialogue. Before you go to play the lottery, play to win. So I asked her, she told me, she said, you can look it up in the newspaper, it'll be on the news, okay, fine. I said, I'll see you tomorrow. I go out to dinner, have a wonderful celebration with my family. This is great. I said, Mom, keep Dad busy. I'm gonna go check the lottery number. She goes, you played the lottery? I said, yeah, somebody told me to. She said, okay, I'll keep your father busy because he would say it's not a good return on investment. I said, okay, fine. I go and I check the newspaper. I come back, Mom, I got 7 out of 8. She's never played either. She said, that's good, right? I think so. I go back to the liquor store the next day, presented her my ticket, and I said, I won. She looks at it, she says, you did? And I said, well, I told you I would. Set your intention, right? So as she starts putting a lot of cash into my hand, a lot of cash, what do you think I did with it? Bought more tickets? Nordstrom. I went back to the donut shop. I did. That's a lot of donuts. No. I split the winnings with the donut shop owner. And I have to tell you, because being from Asian culture and having spoken in his land, I know that he needed to decline the gift 4 times. But I know on the 4th time he has to accept. So I know that. So I kept presenting. He says, no, I cannot accept this. I said, you must accept this. He said, but why? I said, you told me to play. Back here, there were gentlemen, evidently regulars, reading their newspaper, sipping their coffee. They overheard the conversation and said, you never told us to play. So here's my tip. Not only is attitude going to help set up the outcome, but when you play to win. Our world mirrors our attitude. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that people have different types of attitudes? Yeah, they kind of wear it on their sleeves, wear it on their face, they wear it in their demeanor. A person who has good attitude, healthy attitude, feels not only good about themselves, they feel good about you, they feel good about their world. These are the people that we want to hang out with, but not everybody has that type of attitude. So for instance, how many of us have difficult people in our lives? Thank you for not bringing them today. Let me ask you though, have you ever tried to change a difficult person? Can you do it, yes or no? No, but it sure makes for a great first marriage, doesn't it? My exes live in Texas. If we're not careful, we call them negative because they're giving us a little dose of what we think is negative. It's not, it's realistic. So their mantra in life is, well, we could do this. If we do this, this will happen. If we do this, then this could happen. What's the best solution for this? Give them the benefit of the doubt, if you would. How many of you are pragmatists? You realize that, okay? So just let people know, I'm a pragmatist in this. Let me offer for you a realistic option. Really, and then people will perceive that. The next group, though, are more of the pessimist. Now, pessimists go to the dark side. The pessimist believes that bad things can happen. So they start attracting it. The true negativists, though, group number 4 on this list, are in denial that any good exists, ever did, ever will, period, end of story, and that their job is to tell you how bad things are. Do you know people like that? Robert Bransom, PhD, in his book, Coping with Difficult People, calls this the gloom and doomer, the fact-finding reporter. And what's interesting about the truly difficult, negative people, they don't even realize they're the problem. Best thing you can do for those people, don't hang out with them. Don't have your coffee with them. Don't tell them you're going to the restroom, they'll go with you. They'll follow you. Now with this person too, you're coming back from the conference tomorrow. How many of you return to your work or your service tomorrow? Great. So here's what's going to happen. People are going to say, you know, you come in and you're like, oh, wow, I had the most amazing women's conference yesterday. They're concerned already. And you're going to say, God, it was fantastic. You know, good morning and how are you? And if you're not careful, they'll tell you. Do you know how busy it was here yesterday? I hope you had fun. Let me guess, you got all inspired, didn't you? Great. Just what we need, another perky, sparkle, Tude booster woman in here. You keep your chin up and you say, that's right. Now here's what you don't want to do, is bite the bait. Because you go in and this difficult person, you say, and you're just being your beautiful, authentic, lovely, gorgeous self. And you're saying good morning, and they say, oh, what's so good about it, why? Because if you're not, instead, you don't ask them how they are. If you say, how are you, they will tell you. Instead, say good morning and run. Get out of that space. Because you're thinking, God, I had a great experience. And they will catch you in a downward spiral if you're not careful. Well, maybe it wasn't that good after all. Maybe I shouldn't allow myself one day of sanity away from this. And then you douse it. Be really careful. Honor yourself, honor your soul, honor your spirit, and bring it forth. Start the day on a positive note. How many of you did? You started today on a positive note. Yeah, let me ask you then, how do you wake up in the morning? What do you wake up to? Music? The alarm clock? Okay, how many of you, your alarm clock when it goes off, it's that or beep, beep, beep. You gotta get a life. Some people in Los Angeles wake up to the morning traffic or news. I'm okay with that, but wait for it in the car. Or, wake up to something that really inspires you. How many of you do wake up to music? You wake up to music, yeah? What kind of music do you like? Country. I'm sorry, I just got Marie Osmond in my head. I'm a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. Sorry, Donnie and Marie, flashback. Anybody else go there? I love to wake up to music in the morning because it sets a tone for the rest of our day. How many of you love Carole King? Carole King? Do you remember the Tapestry album? How many of us remember albums? 8 tracks? How about reel to reel? All right, for some of you youngsters in the room, you can see them in museums. I like to wake up to one song that Carol does on her CD, and it's called You're So Beautiful. Feel free to sing along. It goes something like this. You've got to get up every morning with a smile on your face and show the world all the love in your heart. People gonna treat you better. You're gonna find, yes you will, you're as beautiful as you feel. Wouldn't that start your day on a positive note? How many of you have teenagers? My sympathy. What if you were to queue up for them at their alarm clock on high volume? Michael and the Mechanics. Get up and take control of your life. I just think that would be great. How much do you think that the average adult like you and I typically laugh in the course of one day? Yeah, it's lower than that. The average adult typically laughs between 10 to 12 times a day. And what's really sad, it's not even a real laugh. It's a good one.